Hello everybody, my name is Saurav Adhikari, and in today's presentation I'm going to be sharing SDG number 11. SDG number 11 concept is sustainable cities and communities. So before I kind of get into the whole concept of sustainable cities and communities, I just want to point out that high growth and high GDP within a country does not specifically mean that cities and communities will sustain. Most of the time with a very fast growing country, inflation increases, although unemployment rate is at a very low for countries such as this may have a very long-term negative effect for the city and community. There needs to be a more proper method to evaluate growth and ensure proper sustainability. The big question I have is, can global information systems support this improvement? So before I kind of get into the chart of pollution, I just kind of wanted to mention that pollution is something that I really do want to focus on in today's topic, because I do believe that with very fast growth will leave high pollution in countries because they don't take the proper precautions of kind of mitigating the carbon emissions, lowering or increasing the greenhouse kind of, or increasing greenhouse trapping things like plants and things like that. So I just first want to show the SDG 11 within SAS, Sustainable Cities and Communities, of course. This is the quiz that I took, and this was very valuable for me. And this is last year's Great America Cleanup Campaign collected almost 25 million pounds of litter. And this was just because they organized a cleanup event for the yard, community, or public area. And also it says, where do half the people live in the world? And you can guess it, it's within cities. So, like I said, urban air pollution, specifically exposure to air pollution with fine particulate matter. And this was taken in 2017, so it's a little bit outdated, about 5 years. But this kind of gives you a good idea of the exposure to air pollution with fine particulate matter within each country. And obviously you can see that on the western side, it's not really as bad as the eastern side of things. And you could see that the U.S. has about 7.41 micrograms per cubic meter. Mexico is almost triple that with almost 21. Canada is even lower than the U.S. And you can see that, obviously that's the U.S. again. And then you come over to the African countries over here, like Chad, for example, 66.03. Then you have India, who has a 90.87 microgram per cubic meter. And I truly do believe that India does have a very unsustainable, very fast-growing population and community/city. So I believe that within this presentation, I do want to focus within India. And right here is the kind of remedy or possible solutions that I've created from the help of global information systems to reduce the air pollution within India. So number one, monitoring and prediction, like air, as you can see here, real-time air quality monitoring networks. So in order to do this, you have to set up sensor networks across cities to collect real-time data of the air quality, satellite and remote sensing right here. So utilizing satellite imagery and other remote sensing techniques to monitor air pollution sources, as well as air quality forecasting models. So this helps develop advanced models using machine learning and AI to predict air quality trends. So this is within monitoring prediction. So this topic right here is source identification and mitigation. So emission inventory mapping. So utilizing GIS tools to map sources of air pollution, traffic management systems as well, implementing intelligent traffic systems to optimize traffic flow, reduce congestion, and minimize traffic-related emissions. Because within India, there is almost no traffic regulation. There's barely any stop signs, red lights, traffic lights, anything like that. And lastly, industrial emission monitoring and control. Down here, making sure the public is aware and giving them an incentive to change their behavior moving forward. So air quality information patrols build interactive dashboards for policymakers, air quality alerts and notifications, like on an everyday person's phone, for example, public awareness campaigns as well. And it's not that these individuals don't know that there's high pollution. It's just the fact that they don't know what to do. They don't know how to kind of mitigate and reduce this pollution. So kind of having these remedies, kind of having these public awareness kind of tasks and everything will make it very much easier. Another one, policy and decision making, like I was kind of speaking about, air quality data dashboards. So develop online platforms and mobile apps so everyday individuals can utilize. Policy simulation tools, citizen feedback and participation. So utilizing online platforms for citizens to report pollution incidents, so nobody feels like they're just kind of by themselves, and nobody feels like it's just the government trying to kind of handle the situation. And there's a couple more pointers like data accessibility and privacy, capacity building, as well as collaboration and partnerships. So this is my remedy when it comes to trying to at least solve India's kind of high pollution right here. And like I said, the reason I did choose India was because I know the population and the cities and everything is growing very, very rapidly. So I would say this is a country that we really do need to focus on and really do need to start mitigating all this exposure to air with fine particulate matter. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good one. Bye-bye.